Who would like to do a recap of our previous session?
Hop in. Need to remind myself exactly where we started off. I think we started in the manor being woken during the night, right? And then we sent Barty off to get arrested.
Oh yeah, we did.
And
Max Arsenal, my brain was like, I know we rescued Barty, and then my brain's like, what else? What else happened?
Yeah, because we weren't meant to do that, were we?
well, it was Barty for
Like,
drunken disorderly conduct, and then they also wanted.
And then they wanted her for murder or something? No, theft.
Theft of
Of the nerd guy.
Yeah, there was the pin collector who got
the nerd guy.
the nerd guy. The pin collector was the victim, but I can't remember if it was pins that got stolen. Or
I think it was.
Did they say what got stolen? I don't remember. If they said what got stolen.
I can't remember what they.
It was.
But anyway,
they never told you what got stolen.
Yeah,
and then you never went to find out.
There was a very.
We were supposed to find out, but we decided
large.
Exactly what we shouldn't have done, which is
there's a large chunk of my notebook left blank, and then we never really followed that up. We decided not to talk to him because we had made an illicit deal with him previously. But what was the carnival owner's name again?
Dizzy.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Dizzy. Was it Dizzy?
It was Dizzy.
Dizzy, yeah.
Lovely. Instead we decided we wanted just to break Barty out. That's right.
For me, I think it was because they said
Dizzy.
she was going to hang, right? Because they threatened to hang her.
They were going to hang. She was going to hang her in the morning. So that would have given us a deadline to investigate and solve the case. But instead, we took that as we got a couple of hours now.
Get her out.
Yeah, and possibly absolve her of this crime that she may or may not have committed. You know.
And then I think we without Barty there, without our former captain there, I think we all kind of came to the revelation collectively that we're going to be pirates in the morning, and we're going to set out and get ourselves a bounty, and do illegal shit and be pirates.
We fully embraced the pirate hood.
We had to we fully dived in on all the piracy, and the first port of call was the guards' outpost where the prisoners were being kept. I can't remember how we found that out, or we just kind of inferred it because it's the only guard place on the island.
Yeah, remember. I mean, it was the only Navy outpost on the island that they didn't want to arrest.
That's it. Yeah, so we went out. I think Rook went ahead to scout it out. No, we went round. We learnt that. God, I'm trying to remember how we did it. We learnt that the rooms were on the inside, right? They weren't near a window. I
think there's a map in the Discord, isn't there?
Yeah, and around that compound was a big wall, is it?
Yeah, we got to the wall. Did we disguise ourselves? Did we do the Chewbacca?
I pretended to be arrested, and then Pan was the arrestee.
Yes,
the citizens arrestee. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I snuck in to try to locate where they were, and then once I had the location, I came back out, or I contacted you, or there was some sort of
So
use the snail.
You knocked out the guard that was in the kind of the guard post.
Oh God! I pretended to be the guard that we had knocked out.
Guard, and then then the custody sergeant was incredibly suspicious of you because he'd never seen you before, and you failed your parlay check.
So bad.
You had none of the protocols that he was expecting as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, you didn't know what was going on there.
Found, I think it was the evidence room. To start with, I took something.
Some Navy hats.
I took. That's right. I took 3 more Navy hats. And I think I had 4 in total by the end to if in case we needed disguises. And then I went to find Barty. Saw them in that kind of middle area of the map. Then came back out, reported back, and then we did the Chewbacca. I think the alarm got set off as I was leaving. Did I do that? I think I did. It was me, right?
I think it was one of them while you were in there.
Did I just get too much? I was trying to take something from the evidence.
Yeah.
Thing, trying to move it past, and they were like, absolutely not, having none of that. Then I think I just legged it, and the guards were followed. And
Yeah,
while
while
they were thin on the ground.
Yeah, you legged it out the front, and all the guards followed to try and chase you. They thought you'd stolen evidence or whatever and broken in.
Yeah.
And then whilst that you ran them into town, then Pan and Eli entered the building from the back.
I have the distinct kind of visual image memory of me like on some sort of ball or barrel or something with them chasing me. I can't remember where that's from.
That's because you attempted to do that later
right.
down the line, which didn't necessarily, as your dice rolls tend to, work at all. So you were like, oh, I'm gonna go to the carnival. I'm gonna hide kind of where that barrel, like the dunk master got dunked in there. And then I'm gonna try and like open that up and then like wash them away, and then none of that worked.
And then then we went back to reality out of Rook's mind and saw it play out.
And you're just like, I'm gonna cheese it, and just ran.
And then my character wasn't there when you guys got in. What happened when you guys got in?
So I think we walked in the back because we saw you running all out, and we were like, well, let's go around the back. And then almost instantly we both failed to be any level of stealthy, which triggered one of the guards coming into the room, which I think we tried initially to hide surprise attack, and it worked pretty well.
Because they failed their perception attack, right?
Yeah, just that perception roll. I think that was failed, right?
Yeah.
And I think then that guy basically just took a big beating, but the next guy that came in was a bit more perceptive and a bit more difficult to fight. But we did manage to knock him out.
Sergeant, wasn't he? The front sergeant.
Yeah. He was the guy who was questioning Rook, I think.
Yeah, the custody sergeant.
So he was pretty well aware, but we did eventually knock him out, which then led to us getting Barty out. While we were doing that, because we had to go find the key. Oh no, we knocked him out to get the key. We got Barty out. I initially wrote like stuff about being the Kingpin pirates were here on the ground. Only for them to realise that people were returning, and so set fire to the front of the thing and said, "We need to run!" Screaming, "We're the Kingpin pirates, bitch!" Or whatever I said.
Yeah.
And then we all ran away to go to the.
I forgot about the 40 minutes of the session.
As you were kind of like just before running away, and the fire was kind of like starting to roar. You saw as well, Captain or like Chief Petty Officer Pasty at the end of the hall, trying to raise some guns at you to try and shoot you. But then the building started to burn as you kind of left.
Gonna be a toasted pasty.
Oh, I think on the kind of like return, I think that was where we left it, where you're both kind of separately running away.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we return to right now. It's the middle of the night. The kind of the small fire kind of burgeoning into flame of the outpost behind you is kind of lighting up the night sky and sending embers into the night. As you run, there seems to be kind of shouts and screams in the town. As you, I assume, going back up the hill towards the mansion, which is where the steps are down to the ship. If you
Yeah, I think we would talk about just run to the ship and get out of here, right?
Yeah,
That's
I think
right. Yeah,
that's
we
our
wanted
plan,
to go
right?
pretty immediately. Did we want to wake up anyone or like warn anybody of anything? I mean, we're currently with um Dizzy. I
Yeah.
can't remember what title they had. Carnival owner Dizzy.
Ringmaster.
Ringmaster, of course.
Maybe Alara, but like,
Are we setting off with the carnival because they obviously want to go too? Or maybe we use their leaving as like a distraction and just go another way.
I think we leave. Yeah, we go another way. I think.
Mm.
I think we go our own way in our own new ship, which I can't remember what it is. The one we chose. Is it the light? It was the
It's
like gambling one, but I can't remember
It was. What was it
what
called
was
again? I always
called.
forget. I've got it
Up the
written on
Oh,
my
it's probably in the
character sheet.
chat, isn't it?
up the ante, yeah.
Up the
The
ante.
That's it.
Or if you want to
Yep.
just be quick about it, you can call it the ante. Yeah, so Dizzy's running with
We
you.
definitely did that this last session.
Yeah.
So Dizzy's running with you, and she'll say, "I can't believe you've done this. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do now? I'm not a criminal, but now you've broken me out like I am a criminal. I'm breaking out of jail. Someone unsurprisingly is a crime.
Well, it's better than dead.
Who said I
You were
was
going to be dead in the morning.
Why was I going to be dead in the morning?
The Navy said you'd be hanged in the morning.
Oh, they make threats all the time. I'm sure I wasn't going to be really hanged in the morning, right?
Oh, that's quite the threat. You don't want
Do
to
you
be
wanna
taking
risk that?
chances.
Well, either way, what am I supposed to do now? I mean, now I am technically a criminal. I don't want to be a criminal, and I have to go and forge my good name. This is not a good look for me.
Well, maybe you just need a different target audience. You know, now that you're kind of living the life of a pirate and you have a bit of a carnival and pirates
I
like
am
games.
not a pirate, though.
Honestly, those betting games, you'll make so much more money with a pirate target market.
Oh yes. Let me. This is all whilst you're like booking it, like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me really like up the stakes of gambling with people who just go out to murder people all the time if they lose games. Yes, that sounds like a really good idea. The reason I was targeting small little nice towns is because they don't tend to try and murder you if you not steal their money, but like your games aren't as easy as they thought they were.
Well, maybe we could go into some sort of business like protection, that kind of thing. Not protection in the classical sense, but like security. We have experience.
Well, I suppose you did make it here with Alara. She did mention this kind of earlier in the night, but good lord, no, I'm not going anywhere near you, fellas. You have absolutely ruined my career and credentials, and I've got no proof that you didn't steal these pins.
I mean, you could just run back to the guard outpost and, jump back
Hand
in the
yourself
cell.
in.
Oh yes, because that's really going to go down a swell now. Oh please, handcuff me now. Now that your building is burning to a crisp.
Why don't you just say
we
whether
did burn it
the
down,
building,
Kidnapped you. Yeah.
Why
Just
don't
say
you
we
just say that-
kidnapped you.
or yeah, that, or the building that burnt when it burnt down, you found an escape because the building burnt down, so you just got out of the way of the fire. Now you're returning.
I don't think you remember this event as well as I do, clearly. But do you not remember the chief petty officer seeing us leave?
Isn't he dead?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he might be burnt to a crisp. Who knows? He wasn't dead when we left him.
All I know is we have a ship. You all have lots of ships, and there's plenty more islands out there.
Yes. Well, hopefully I don't get a bounty from this. I'm very much fingers crossed on that. But
we're hoping we will.
what?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
did
be
this
the
to get a
first.
bounty.
We're pirates
Well, why
in the
else
morning.
would we do it?
Well, why did you have to drag me down with you?
Well,
Didn't
you were
want you to die in
already
the fire.
you were already really almost rock bottom. We were just kind of moving you to another part of rock bottom to then bring you up.
That's very,
Yeah,
very
and also they literally said they were going to kill you.
kind. Oh, pish posh. I would have made it out of it.
Just wanted to call their bluff. Anyway, well, there's always a place on our pirate boat. We need a crew.
Wait.
We haven't found an orphanage yet.
What?
We're looking for a crew. Would you like to join?
Of orphans?
No. Well, potentially. We don't know. That was just a
Tried to make good
hypothesis.
pirates.
I somehow don't believe that's the most noble way of using orphans.
Well, the other way we were talking about, you
Have you
probably
tried?
enjoy.
We are also practicing burning buildings, unrelated.
No, I have my own ship, thank you, that I'll be sailing far away from, and honestly, I'm very disappointed. Hopefully our paths will not cross further. I understand that you broke me out and it was under your best intentions, but I'm going to have a bounty now, and I'm not a pirate, nor am I a wrongdoer.
Yet.
There's still time.
We've got about 5 or 6 hours, and then we'll be pirates.
Do you think that's some sort of cool down?
No, well, I guess I was waiting until dawn, but we kind of need to get out of here as soon as possible. Maybe we get it becoming pirates forward a little bit.
Look,
I still think you could go with the kidnapping idea
Oh yes.
if you really wanted to avoid it.
I was kidnapped by the people who were in the house with me when I was arrested. Yes. Oh, very good.
Yeah, you could just say that this was part of our whole racket. You were staying with us because we were threatening you, and then you got roped in. We let you out.
I think that's going to go down very well at all. Honestly, I don't
I
think.
think.
How
you'd be
about
surprised
like
how angry they are at us now?
I think
Yeah,
they're just
like,
angry
how about,
generally.
like-
If they weren't going to hang me in the morning previously, they're absolutely going to hang somebody for this.
what about you say that you have like I don't know, you had a debt to us, and we were getting you out in order to try and like extort that debt from you.
But where are you getting?
And we'll just have to I don't know, I'm just making it up as I go along.
No,
But we'll just have to kind of like
Aren't we all?
I do.
we'll have
I
to
do
kind of find a
appreciate that.
way to kind of frame it so that they could believe something like
Yes, because
What's
I was
something-
about to say, surely there's a burden of proof there that I wouldn't necessarily have. It'll just be a bit of a he said, she said, and both those two people are the people who broke out of prison earlier
What
and set
if we
fire to
like
the building.
I mean we could just tie you up and like
Oh yes, make it easier for them
Take
to
the
catch me
earnings from
now.
the carnival and rob you, and then we get more of a bounty, and you are a victim.
He slaps you.
I don't mind that idea.
He slaps you. Honestly,
I mean-
were you taught any manners by your parents? Stop trying to rob and extort everybody you see. Just because you're pirates doesn't mean you have to be.
It's not robbing if it's complicit.
I'm not complicit.
Well, then that's not what we're doing, is it?
Maybe we just beat you up and leave you unconscious, and then you're still a victim. Not we don't really get anything out of it.
I've got another
this
slap in
favour
me.
you're
Do not
doing
make
you.
me, Rook. You know, we were close friends before this evening, and now we're just neutrals at best. I don't want to slap you to make us less
Oh,
than
no.
neutrals.
Fine. Well, we're very sorry for what we've done, but really, you were secondary to the whole thing.
Oh, that makes me
past
feel
Captain
absolutely
Barty.
fantastic, because your primary reason for doing this was just to get a bounty for no particular reason.
No,
Well, no,
it's
it's-
to rescue
Oh,
Barty out
you're
of
tertiary
town.
then. You're
And
tertiary.
who
Wow.
hasn't said thank you yet?
He raises
may
a
I
hand to Eli.
add?
I think Barty is being awfully quiet for him. Maybe he wanted to be in jail,
I think he's mad at us too.
or maybe he wanted to get out of jail himself.
He was working on an escape
No,
plan.
I
probably,
don't
yeah.
have an escape plan on my list of things.
That's very good.
Oh,
Great. Well,
I
we
missed
have
Andy.
2 people we've rescued from prison. A pin thief out there on the loose, and we have 2. The 2 people we rescued are also not or indifferent or annoyed that we rescued them.
Ooh, look, it's the consequences of my actions.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hopefully, there will be a bounty after all of this as well.
Oh, should I
Um,
hand you in early then and claim the early bounty?
Well, no,
We
you
need
have
it
to wait.
pretty
until
big.
we have the bounty.
Oh, suddenly it's a really bad idea to get a bounty.
No, we want a bigger bounty.
Yeah, we need to let it build up a little bit.
Hence
we
why,
want to be
like,
taken seriously.
if we
Think
were
of
to
it as-
like frame the kidnapping, it would give us some potentially a bigger bounty.
I'm pretty sure burning down a Navy office an outpost is going to give you a pretty decent bounty. I don't think you have to fake kidnap me, and then leave me to be hung out to dry by the Navy, who are going to be very angry. Let's be honest.
Then join our crew.
Absolutely not.
How many?
Why not? Why not though?
Why not? Because I do not want to be a pirate.
Why?
Why? Because that is not what I would like to do. I like to bring joy and spread fun in the form of a carnival to lots of people. It's what my family has done. It's what I like to do.
Are you sure that's not just what your family pushed on you to make you want to do it?
No, I don't think that makes sense. I believe this.
Okay.
My parents are big, famous pirates, so I'm a big famous pirate too.
Oh, so
Did they not push that on you?
Did I not push that on you? Do you want to talk about it, Rook, while we're running?
No, absolutely not. This is a really long run as well.
we're halfway up
How are
these
we gonna get
stairs. My
there?
thighs are burning.
Oh, my computer went to sleep.
Okay, you reach the top of the kind of stairs towards the mansion at the top. And some of the lights are on. You can see there are two of the carnies, which Dunkmaster and the clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Sarah Voyant, sitting out having a smoke outside the house when you pull up.
I'll kind of just like pull out a scar and light one up as we kind of join them.
The Sarah Voyant says nothing as you smoke, and Dunkmaster says, "Oh, blimey, what's happening here then? I saw a fire down in town. Was that you?"
There's no proof.
Yes, it was them. We need to leave.
We do need to leave, but no, it wasn't us. Looks around. Knowing
Okay.
eyes.
Not me.
Okay.
But it is important we do leave now, yes.
Yeah. We need to go.
Unrelated to the fire, of
It
course.
was lovely to see you all again.
You didn't have extra days for the carnival, did you? It was just the one and done today, right?
Well, we did need a couple of days to take down all the tents and items. Are we just going to have to abandon? Yes, we're going to have to abandon all the things, unfortunately. You're going to have to rebuild all of that. There's probably some coffers we can
If
dig
anything,
into.
if you do that, it makes you look more guilty.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Eli. Let me just go down to town and reclaim all my items and then run away.
That's
Good.
not running away then, is it?
I still think we should rob you. Pretend rob you.
He karate chops your head.
Have you
Stop
got
it.
insurance?
No, obviously. Insurers don't really like to insure carnivals.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway, look, let's get all the things that we have up here and make our ways down to the boat. Maybe they'll throw it up. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. We kind of need to just get out of here now.
Yes. Well, let's sort things out once we're making a move. I don't think we should wake Alara up. I think we should just leave a calling card.
I'm gonna just very quickly, put Rick aside and be like, she's making me feel bad about being a pirate. I don't think I like it.
I just don't think she gets it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's
just get out of here.
I don't feel bad, but there's so much missed opportunity. This pirate carnival, I can see it, you know?
I know. You
It's
could
a
have a
shame.
whole tent on a ship.
A pirate ship carnival ride. I can see it now. The one swings backwards and forwards.
You two better not be talking about stealing my ship.
One last thing. One last thing. Just think about it. You want to bring joy. You love carnivals. Do you know who doesn't mind games that are slightly rigged and love to spend their money?
Ooh.
Pirates.
Exactly.
If you make your ship a traveling circus, a traveling carnival, you'll get so many pirates come to you
Oh
to
my
play
god.
games, spend their money, get drunk, just enjoy the time they have.
Roll
A
me.
flotilla
You could
carnival.
get rich.
Roll me a
Flotilla
parlay
carnival.
check.
Can
Parlay check.
escape the navy just by sailing away.
Even neon.
Ah,
No,
11.
That's pretty good, to be
okay.
fair.
Not bad. Not bad.
He looks at you coyly for a sec. Goes, I'm only going to think about it as a backup plan if I can't figure out the rest of recouping my name. There might be something on the waters for me. It might be the only thing I have left. But I'm not going to necessarily bring down my carnival, or carnies, I guess, with me if they don't want to be pirates. There's nothing for them there.
That's fair. I'm just saying you could probably make quite a good bit of money.
Yes, but I
And
still
still
also
bring
wind
joy.
up. I could also wind up dead, so I have to really figure.
And you know who won't ever threaten to put you in jail or hang you is pirates.
I don't think the pirates won't threaten to hang me if I fleece them for their money.
No, they'll just threaten you. But then you get that every day anyway as a carny, right?
They might actually kill you
No,
before threatening you.
I
You
dealt
know,
with nice little townsfolk.
the Navy, they just get all angry and you know, they can just kind of do what they want and blame it on the law.
Yes, I did fly a bit too close to the sun on choosing this island. I agree. We don't usually choose some with a navy outpost.
Out of interest, why would somebody blame you for this theft?
Oh, I don't know.
Anybody have any ill will against you on this island?
Well, no. I mean, like, we didn't have
Did
any.
you fleece anyone really badly?
No, not at all. No, not more than anybody else. I mean, our games aren't necessarily rigged. They're just made harder to win, so that the odds are in our favor.
Sure.
Really, what you're
Um,
talking about? We
Not
won
Why
rigged
every
would
at
the
all.
prize.
Navy
Not rigged
think
at
it
all.
was? Why would the Navy think it's you? Or
I don't know. You'd have
Was
to
it-
ask them.
was it a member of your carnival?
No, I mean we were all drinking together all night. I mean you were there. All of us were together. Unless somebody went for an extra long piss whilst they were out,
Party.
If we had I think someone in your troop should be might be a thief.
Well, somebody in your
Certainly,
troop might be a thief or an arsonist for all I know.
You know what? That's true.
there are both of those things, but not related to this situation.
Well, I saw one of them related to this situation.
That was the side situation
That was a misunderstanding.
that that became into existence because the other situation was going awry. Maybe somebody on your crew, they would know you a bit better, might have a bit more reason to kind of get you locked up. Do you have a second in command?
Someone who stands to inherit your
Who
whole
wants to be
thing?
ringmaster?
Assistant ringmaster?
My second is the worst master, and he pops his head around the corner and go, okay. He's a brilliant strategist.
That is the case, yes. And we know that to be true.
Sherman, can you go pack things up? We need to leave. Okay.
Do you think he has any reason? Do you feel he is the ambitious sort?
If I'm honest, all of you, you kind of gets you to huddle in so as you can whisper. I trust my crew a lot more than I trust you.
That is
Well, you shouldn't.
where you're mistaken. We are not
We
quiet.
are trusty pirates.
We are not quiet townsfolk, but we are certainly honest with the crimes that we're going to commit. We've spoken about attempting to steal you multiple times in front of your face.
Yes, well, I do appreciate that you don't hide that from me, because I wouldn't have necessarily consented, and if you didn't know I didn't consent, then you would have just robbed me outright, and that would have been awfully rude, honestly.
That's fair.
You have to ask.
Yes, I suppose that is true. Look, I appreciate you getting me out of jail, but it really has turned my life somewhat upside down in a very, very quick manner. So I'm going to have to figure something out. And I do appreciate you trying to make me think of something else, such as you're looking into extorting pirates. Not that I was extorting townsfolk, but going through that route, it might be something that we can look at.
Surely pirates would be a bit more of a challenge anyway.
I didn't want a challenge. Thank you, Eli.
How many transponder snail earpieces were part of that prize? Was it 4 or 5?
5 total.
5. So we have a 1 each. I'm thinking of giving the 5th to Ringmaster Dizzy, but maybe there's a
Only
better use
work
for
over a
it.
short distance.
Do they own? Okay, maybe
It's
not then.
250.
Okay, no, we'll save that then. Unless we really stay close.
I gave you a 5th just in case you got we got an additional.
Some sort of, yeah.
Or an NPC that desperately wants to join us. One day.
You see running up
One
the
day maybe
hill
he'll want
a
to.
fedora with a sword on his back.
No, he's the captain. We promised.
No, he's not there.
Oh yeah, that was one of the benefits of leaving before dawn. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'd want to wake up Ilara, or I'd vote to just kind of leave the calling card. Maybe we can practice our calling card here. Also, do we want to burn down
maybe
a house?
thinking
I
about
don't
it,
think so.
maybe we should give her a little heads up because she was housing us.
Do we want to burn down the house? I'm voting
I
no.
mean, that would get her
For the record,
out
I
of
am
the
voting
blame.
no.
You
I
can't
just
bring it
wanted to
up and
float
then
the
vote
question.
no.
I just wanted to float the question. We're arsonists looking to get a bounty, and I mean, we would get quite the bounty. But no, I think not.
You turn around and you see Barty lighting a Molotov.
Okay, no.
Let's get this show
No.
on the
She
road, boys.
didn't do anything to us. The other guys, they did. So they
This is true.
deserve it.
I was also thinking how devious it would be to burn down Ilara's house and then blame it on Ringmaster Dizzy, so that she had no choice in opening this pirate carnival, that she had no other option. But that I think that's.
You guys really just do say it all in front of me.
Oh, you're still
It's
here.
remarkably. I
Hello.
never left. Remarkably refreshing.
Just for the record, I am voting no.
Good. I would vote no too.
I still think that the kidnapping sounds all right. We could,
Yeah, I reckon so.
we could be really loud, make it so that they come and we can be asking her where the pins are.
He lines you up and just slaps you both in one swing. Stop trying to kidnap me. I'm already going to have to run for my life. I don't want to have to get out of ropes like some sort of escapologist. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Okay, well, we hope to see you again, and in all honesty, we hope to see you again under worse circumstances for you, law-wise, because hopefully that would mean you're more inclined to join us in our pirate ways. But I think this is where our paths will come to cross. If we want to,
Oh my god!
if we want to say a goodbye to Ilara, I think maybe a few words. But let's set sail.
I have a picture of her becoming Rickety Cricket. Oh.
Gotta drink water.
Yes, one hand, one eye, slowly becoming Barty, really. You guys move down towards the docks as you kind of go into the house, quickly collect your belongings, move down towards the docks to visit the Ante, your new ship gifted by Lara, first time.
She did give us it.
When you rounded the rock and saw the docks ships. Your private ships
Did we say we were going to give Alara a heads up about well, what's just gone on?
The law, yeah, I think.
Oh, you want to go and wake her up?
Yeah, very briefly.
Okay. You enter the house and it's kind of a hive activity, really, as Dizzy's Carnival. People are kind of like trying to pack up and move things around. I mean, there's a lot of stuff because they had tents that were up on the hill. They were just the living ones, not necessarily the tents they were using as the carnival tent. And it's not necessarily quiet in here, so you kind of go up to Alara's room and knock on the door, and she goes, "Yes, come in."
I kind of gesture to Eli to.
I'll just kind of look at our crew and then look at me like,
Only 2
so
minutes.
we might have done a thing.
Oh, aye. What thing have you done? Could it possibly been burnt down the Navy outpost that was down in town?
So the news does travel fast.
Aye. The carnival people are running around my house screaming their heads off about it. Look,
There was good intentions.
I know. Don't worry. Come in here. Yeah, back into the room. She's wearing like a full nightgown with like the big hat.
It's like Scrooge style.
Yeah, Scrooge style. She's got like one of those like finger holding lanterns with a candle.
Nice.
I come in and sit down, shut the door. They're losing their heads, but obviously, this isn't our first running with the law, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, you get it. You're a pirate.
Ex-pirate,
We're a
but
pirate.
this is all parts of the job, really. The thing you done here is excellent pirating. You broke out a friend out of jail. You set fire to the building, which is, arguably a little excessive, but you got a flair for the dramatic, and I don't mind that.
I look at Pan.
Pan just smiles like
She's got a
completely
point.
dumbly, just smiling as if she's done something amazing.
She's got a point.
She said I was a good pirate.
Yeah, Rook is like, obviously, it's like, thank you so much for saying this. Everybody has been shouting at us for what we
The two
did, and we
children are
thought,
like-
Yes, but
we thought we were doing bad.
No,
It's so good to hear.
she gives you a big hug. No, don't worry. You've been done a very good pirate job, and as an ex-pirate myself, I think you've done an excellent job here. Breaking a friend out of jail, setting fire to the building, running away. I assume there was some subterfuge involved.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, all of that. Certainly, our plan went perfectly.
Aye. The plan always breaks down at the first hurdle, doesn't it? But all about piracy is all about kind of adapting and thinking on your feet and going with the flow.
Hence the fire.
It's probably best that the carnival people have to leave all of their stuff because I fully broke the dunk tank.
Aye, well, I mean that was a shit. Did you see? Yeah, I mean like it was the springs was anyway. Look,
I actually didn't see. I was practicing swallowing hot dogs all that time.
Oh, aye. Are you okay, love?
Been a long night.
He's not.
Been a long day, and I didn't win captaincy even after all the practice.
Aye, yes. Well, a pirate captain isn't defined by how many hot dogs they can eat. In most instances, and then she looks at Eli and gives you a thumbs up.
I'm like, for now, they are.
Excellent. Just know that you can do anything you want because you're a pirate, but the point of a pirate isn't to get a bounty; it's to do whatever you want.
Oh.
That's the point, right? And it's just to keep in mind that sometimes there are consequences to your actions. So that's why the Carney people aren't very happy, is because you did something that you enjoyed for yourself, but it didn't reflect very well on them. So that's why. But forget about them. You've done something excellent. You're likely to get a bounty from this, and I'm going to pin it up on my wall along with my other stuff.
On the fridge.
I suppose we just wanted to make sure
You're okay.
Well, we're aware of all of this because we were staying here. And so it might hopefully not reflect back on you, but just in case it did.
Oh, I don't
At
think
least you're aware.
I appreciate the heads up. I don't think I'm personally at risk, and if you've given me a little bit of an itch as well, so if they do come after me, I might say the high seas again. I mean, I've got 4 boats to my name, so I'm itching really for them to try it. But look. I'm unlikely to sail the seas again and go to the Grand Line, and all I can say is, and we've said it before, but good luck, enjoy it, and it's harder than you think it'll be, but it's worthwhile. You know what you're going for, right? You need to make sure that you keep that as a as a beacon and an arrow to drive you forwards. Otherwise, you're going to lose the motivation as you go through it.
Indeed.
I know
Well,
that one.
there's a few different steps.
Aye.
We need to get our devil fruit. We need to win that contest. Then we need to get through the Grand Line. Then on to find the One Piece.
Oh, you're trying to find the One Piece, actually.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's at the end of my
I don't
to-do
know.
list,
Sounds like no amount of conviction at all, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
sounds
think
about
I'm
right.
taking it step by step.
And is that final step finding the One Piece? Do you want to be king of the pirates? I knew a woman once who strong enough to possibly be king of pirates, but this was during the dark age of piracy when no one was king.
I don't know. I think we've got to focus on other things first. The devil fruit currently is
Number
still
one.
the driving force, yes. And well, I like what you said about getting a bounty. I never really thought about it like that. Just aiming to be free rather than a bounty, but
Look,
at the same time, having a bounty is pretty cool.
if you commit acts of piracy and be a pirate on the Grand Line, the bounty will find you. Don't worry about trying to cheat. Just make sure that you're living your own truth. Don't go out of the way to be somebody else. And look, are you serious about possibly becoming king of the pirates?
Yeah, one day. It's gone so well so far.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to necessarily give this away because it's my prized possession, but you know what? You might need it for that particular thing. And she goes up to kind of a painting on the wall of the pumpkin patch, crashing waves with lightning in the back. It's a huge kind of mural painting, a gold frame, and she pulls it away, and there's a safe there. And she kind of opens up the safe, and in there is a familiar box, which is a little treasure chest that you rescued from Captain Roderick Double Pints on Okuban. She opens it up, and in there is her journal, sets aside, and then she reaches further into there and finds a kind of golden slice.
Oh my god, what is that? I've never seen anything like it.
Roll me a deception check, I guess.
Shit. Give me just a moment.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's wild. You're going to have to roll really well, buddy.
Oh wait, what'd you roll?
Oh my god.
18.
Okay. Yeah. I will tell you now. I don't have the character sheet up, but I'll tell you now. I fail. Jesus Christ! Sorry,
What
didn't have it
was
ready.
that? You,
Jesus Christ.
you...
Jesus.
Anyway, look. I've committed to giving you this now. I know you broke into the box earlier. It's fine. Honestly,
Yeah.
the fact that you didn't take anything is incredibly honorable, and it means I knew I could trust you along the journey. And
We were trustworthy back then.
what do you mean
Back
back
then,
then?
We'd do the
we still
same
can
now.
be trustworthy.
She clutches the golden slice to her chest. What do you mean back then?
Well, I don't know, but I don't want to speak for everyone. But if we found that box now, like that would be empty, right? But we've come to grow trustworthy around you, at least. We didn't
Look,
burn your house down.
Look,
One
whilst,
little bit of bounty and you get corrupted straight away.
real fast, actually. Look, again, just things are available for you to take because you're a pirate, but it doesn't mean you have to take everything. And I'm glad you didn't take this, and I was able to gift it. This is, she holds it out to you, and it looks kind of like, again, like a pizza slice, kind of like inscription, kind of look like anything. And she says, this is something I found on my journey. I fought a pirate for it, and I won it against them. And took it for myself. This is one of the P8. You need.
Oh.
Apparently, I don't know too much about it, But you need the 8 piece to get a piece. Get the 1 piece.
Need to assemble all 8 pieces.
And that'll help you get the 1 piece, yeah.
Huh. Well, and you only... well, I don't mean to say only. I'm sure getting just one of these pieces was difficult.
Oh,
You've only ever had one.
Well, I know of a few others that have emerged. Essentially, there's some lore behind them, right? But as I was able to find one from a pirate. Half of these, at least, are known about, and half of them no one knows where they are. So that makes it a bit. I think there may be more than 8 people, but I don't know too much about it. But essentially, these are incredibly prized possessions, and high-profile pirates are trying to store them up because they want to get the 1 piece. And the
Of
ones
course.
that are closest to getting the 1 piece, like 3 of these, and one of them is the Emperor of the Sea. So, I think his bound. Sorry.
I was just going to say that sounds like an incredibly difficult task to assemble all of the ones you need.
Well, you'd have to
I mean, if
either.
the Emperor has
Do you
only
know?
3.
Do you know much about the emperors or anything like that?
Only only legends and stories from
Oh,
long ago.
Legends is about right. Legends, they are incredibly powerful pirates. That rival the office navy officers. Only the vice admirals about the not the vice admiral, the admirals themselves are about as strong as the emperors. But essentially, they sail around the new world, and they're so powerful they own islands. They have territories of their own, and they'll protect them. And they've got armies, an armada by themselves. I think they're essentially they're declared emperors by the navy. They don't declare themselves emperors. So the navy has recognized them as the strongest pirates in existence. I think the lowest bounty on one of those 4 emperors, because there are only ever 4, is something like 5 billion berries.
Oh my.
So they're pretty strong, and one of them has 3 of these.
I feel like just having this in our possession just makes us more of a target than anything.
Does anyone know you have it?
No, the only person I know has it has. Well, I can find it in them, and I think they're relatively.
Did we tell anyone about it? I don't think so.
No, we didn't.
I'd keep
No.
it stum if I were you.
We didn't even know what it was.
No, I don't think we mentioned it. Good.
I want to point out that all I know is that you have to get and make this of 8 or whatever. I don't know what to do with it once.
That's all right.
Might be a big puzzle.
We've only if we take this one, you're offering it to us, I assume.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I mean, look, if you have the conviction to try and be a king of the pirates one day, I've only met a couple of pirates who wanted to try and do that. Some just go out to make fame and fortune, but actually reaching the final island in the Grand Line is a huge undertaking. That only the strongest can really do. And to give you an idea of that, I mean, like 4 emperors haven't been able to do it either. So, I want to give you this as a kind of a leg up, and as a offering of how I think you've got it in you if you really try.
That's quite the conviction.
Can't be me.
I feel like,
It's something we've got to live up to now, then.
well,
Let's do
certainly.
it.
I mean, just the reputation that we'd have from possessing it,
We've got this.
and then all of the people looking to come and challenge us.
We've got
like,
this.
That's only if we
Yeah.
make it public, though.
We got this.
We should make it public.
Oh wait, what?
And
Yeah,
then
the
we'll
bat.
have contenders from all around looking to take us on. And
Maybe
we'll
we
have
can make
plenty
it
of time to prove
public
ourselves.
when we get to the
Maybe
Grand
in
Line or
smaller
something like
circles
that.
among weaker
Yeah.
pirates.
If you really wanted to make it public, we need to find a way to announce it properly.
Yeah. Well, this is quite the gift. Well, I hope you don't have the itch to go, after the One Piece yourself anymore.
I have the itch to go out to sea, maybe, but not to go after them. No. But just think, and she kind of looks at all of you, Eli, Pan, Rook, says, if you are to be the king of the pirates one day, maybe think about what kind of pirates you want to display yourselves as. There have only been 2 known king of the pirates. Their names have long forgotten. But they were known to be honorable leaders of men. So you don't have to necessarily follow that, but you probably want to think about what legacy you want to leave after you're done.
Oh, that's certainly something to think about. Looking ahead. I don't know. My brain doesn't work that way. I can focus on the next day, and that's about it.
I think that's the best way to do it, honestly. But
Day by day.
live your truth. And then she picks up some keys and tosses you keys in the air, and it's like, you take the ante now.
It's just like a set of car keys.
Yeah, literally. Say
Beep beep.
We promised to not rip a hole in it quite as quickly as we had ripped a hole in the pumpkin patch.
I mean, that would be a wise decision. She's a good seafaring vessel. She's fast on the water as well, faster than the pumpkin patches.
Oh. We were already winning races in the pumpkin patch.
Yes, that. I don't.
Maybe we could call in our boys over on the what was it called? Tokyo Drift. To soup it up a bit, give it a boost up if we can find them.
I wonder what upgrades they'll have. Anyway, I think that's for when we need it.
Immediately.
Immediately.
First stop, please. Okay, well, we only went for a very brief goodbye, but thank you so much for this gift. We hope we won't let you down. We'll be proud of the security that you started. Also, when we're big and famous and wanted by the Navy, do we mention your name?
Yes. Please do mention. And if you want to say, I was the first one you set to sail and to sea with, I wouldn't mind that either.
Perfect. Indeed, you will certainly receive a credit.
Did you come up with a pirate crew name?
We were tossing around a few things.
If you hear about the Kingpin pirates,
That'll be it.
We're gonna make some knockoff pins to leave as a calling card.
Wait,
did we leave a calling card for that one? I wasn't around.
no, I just shouted our name and then.
No.
We left one, but then the fire
would have burnt up.
It wasn't a calling card. I just put something up with flour on the floor.
Sorry, I just want to confirm. You want to leave knockoff novelty pins as a calling card to be your really cool pirate thing?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't you like pins?
I think that's lame.
Wow, Elara, I thought we were going to leave on good terms.
Why is it always friends that hurt you so much?
Oh, it's also friends to tell you the truth.
That truth is relative, and I do not accept it. Pins are cool.
I'm not saying pins aren't cool. I'm just saying that's not a cool calling card.
Oh, what calling card would be better?
You're a pirate. Do you need a calling card?
We're also thinking dice. I have. Actually, no, I threw them on the ground to slip up the Navy. I had loads of D6 dice. We're going to leave like snake eyes at the scene of the crime.
People who use dice are lame.
What's wrong with you?
I'm still
I
very
think you're sobering. I think you're sobering up, and this hangover is coming
it's
on
one
hard.
of the I think the cumulative hangover might actually kill me before this becomes an issue.
Well, thank the Lord we have your piece of 8 just before we got demised. We've avoided any inheritance tax on that. Well, this is goodbye, but potentially not goodbye forever. If you ever find
I might
yourself
see you on the seas,
sailing the
yeah.
seas, yeah,
Or I'll see
you'll know
you,
where to find us.
or I'll see you in the new local news queue if you're making yourself a name for yourself.
Hopefully, indeed. Keep an
If
eye
you
out.
do need to find us, just follow the pins.
The sparkle of the pins.
Again, I'm not gonna do that, Eli. But
Rub the magic pin, and we
Follow
shall
the pin.
appear.
okay, I'm
The magic pin.
gonna pretend that you don't do that as a thing, and that you're much cooler than that is.
We also leave behind arson, so there is that too.
I mean, arguably cooler, but don't burn every building down. You see.
Yes.
Okay, well, goodbye.
We'll leave her to kind of go back to bed, or if she's staying up and helping with the affair.
Oh, she's going back to bed. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, I think we set out to the ante. Look around. If we see Ringmaster Dizzy anywhere, I think I'll just kind of give a polite wave.
Do we, as we set sail, do we want to sail past the town and try and antagonize them a bit?
Well, does this vessel, does it have any weaponry on it?
I mean, we could get by to shoot his pistol at another tree.
Oh, absolutely. It's just it's whether the Navy have a boat of their own to kind of chase after us in.
They probably
We
do.
Yeah, well, if we caught them off guard, we could potentially just destroy their sails and then taunt them from afar.
You know that they do have a ship. It's called the MNC Leaky Tub.
I mean, it doesn't sound
already
like a
leaky.
scary one. Yeah, I mean, we could just sail past. We'd already have a head start on them.
We'll play it by ear.
Trying to remember how many guns. It's either 4 or 2. I think it's.
I think it would be pretty easy to just put a couple of holes in it on the way out.
Make it an even leakier tub.
Exactly.
So you come towards the kind of the docks and you see the Ante another time. This kind of gorgeous black hulled boat with gold trim, red and white sails and black flag at the top with no demarcation on it. And then the figurehead at the front, which is the hand with the two-faced card on it. A two-faced 2 card. And you get up onto the boat, and it's not in full, it's not been fully looked after. It could do with a bit of oil, but a bit of love and care. But it's a beautiful ship, much sleeker and narrower than the pumpkin patch was, and a little bit shorter as well. But you can tell that it's kind of going cut through the pretty smoothly. And at the fore and aft are 2 cannons. So two facing starboard, 2 facing port.
Oh, yeah.
Typical ship layout, I suppose.
Yeah, it's your bog standard. Those cannons are on wheels as well, so you can theoretically move.
That's our ship.
That is the Ante, yeah.
No, yeah. Okay, we've got a bit of firepower. We could potentially do this. A little sneak attack at any ship docked, if there is one. If there's maybe 2 or 3, then maybe we just, say a couple of things and try to sail off quickly.
I'm assuming we've got supplies and stuff there.
How stocked up is this ship?
The ship you've not stepped foot on yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone keeps their ship ready to go, right?
I mean, you don't know. You've not been below deck.
I'll have we never been below deck at all on the ship? We know we haven't. I think
No, we
there'll
just
be a moment of kind of
chills, isn't
stepping
it?
on, very similar to when he stepped on the pumpkin patch, actually, where he'll kind of run his hand along the banister and like try and or what's it called? Chris Pratt in Jurassic World kind of hand out, just kind of like almost taming this ship and forming a bond, or at least Rook thinks they are.
Give me a luck.
All
Lucky.
the ladies they want.
Looking for kind
Taste
of
of his luck.
thinking like
what's
90, 95 and above.
sweet chocolate.
Easy. 45.
Feel the kind of wood run along your hand, and
Splinter.
it's a shiver of excitement goes up your spine as you feel like you are free. There's nothing holding you back. Your only direction is where you want to go, and your conviction. So feels like this fresh sea air and freedom.
Head down below deck. Fully like feeling destiny like kind of flow in. We'll head down below deck and like look out to where the storage go to the storage area, look in, fully expecting it to be like fully stocked, ready to go, so that we can just like drop anchor.
Yeah, in your mind's eye, you kind of open the door, and suddenly there's like sausages hanging from the ceiling and like these
Yeah.
kind of red like things, and then like a couple of chickens running around, and then like barrels and bags of flour, and you kind of swing open the door, and there's just like some rotten barrels, kind of like one kind of really sad looking bag of flour, and storage cupboards.
Oh. I
You know
head
what?
up.
You know what? You know
Pat,
what
do you
will be stocked?
yes,
Is the
What?
Navy ship.
that's true. That's
Oh.
very true.
Just saying.
I like
We
that.
swing by,
Unless you
set
can
fire
make
to it,
anything with
steal their
this
shit.
sad sack of flour, Pan.
I mean, I could
I
do my
don't.
best.
So one heist to another heist.
Yeah, heist on the way out.
And we're only
I
doing
like
it to those who we think deserve it, right?
I mean,
Yeah, we're robbing the rich to pay ourselves.
You know, we're not particularly rich ourselves.
Not yet. The bounty is the amount of money I want to see go up. Okay, well, I believe it is.
How do we
Eli?
want to do this? Do we want to do it like you guys go onto the ship and then I'll come in with the ship at like with the ante a little bit later so that it doesn't draw as much suspicion, or
Oh, I was thinking we all sail round, full, pull up next to it, drop anchor.
Yeah.
Lower
We-
ropes,
oh.
siege.
Exactly.
Sorry, what's your plan?
Steal as much supplies as we can from the Navy ship
So
and
you
fight them off while doing so, I guess.
So
well, they'll be distracted with the fire, right? And all of that.
Good hope. Yeah,
Hopefully.
is that the captain's plan then?
yeah. Eli and Pan here, captain and
Okay.
vice captain, first mate.
I think my plan was to like you two go, or like some people go on, and then we kind of swing the ship in last minute to kind of throw everything on and then dash away, kind of thing.
Like escape vehicle kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, can do that.
Sure.
You're the pirate. You're the pirate. Well, you're the
Hey, you-
pirate, but you're also
You're
the
the
captain.
No,
pirate.
you the pirate.
You're the pirate.
No, you're my co-captain. What's it called?
First mate.
First mate. You're my first mate, so
You're
I mean,
my
I'm
mate.
happy to.
Oh, you're my mate.
So I mean, if we think that actually just all guns blazing,
I have no idea. That's what I figured. We just put the ship up, hop on, you know, steal some stuff, and then when they're starting to get all angsty, we just shoot their place, and then bam, just like, yeah,
So
take it out.
as this is happening, Barty's kind of like pulling, not necessarily the anchor chain, but pushing around the kind of anchor, pulling it up. and the ship lifts off dock, smoothly starts sailing out on further sails to half first one, so to speak. Kind of get the feel of it, and seems to cut through the like ship you've not experienced. Feels like it's designed for your kind of style of impulse and quick attack, and you set out to sea on a yellowing pinky sea as the sun starts to rise.
If we're gonna do it, we need to do it probably quick while
Yep,
they're all.
let's go.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
pull up and do it. I think that's probably the better plan.
Sure.
Pull up.
So you start getting feel of the ship. Who I assume Eli is at the helm, yeah, the captain.
Yeah.
And you lower the sails. The ship starts cutting through the waves quite fast now. Top speed is around 80 a second.
Ooh-wee.
And it's going really, really. So not per second. 80 feet per round. Every 6 seconds. And then you kind of round the bay to kind of the front of the island, where you can see kind of a burning column of smoke, where the Navy outpost is, right next to the water. As you can see, a couple of Navy troops are pulling a half-naked body out of the water, which is a Navy person you knocked out and knocked all the way into the water, if you remember correctly. And you see kind of a few ships that moored up, which like boats and stuff like that. And towards the other end of the docks, near kind of the burning building, where you can see some Navy troops kind of throwing buckets of water while the flame. You see a boat with the Navy Seagull, which says Marine underneath, which is the symbol of the Navy. And it appears to be a much smaller boat than yours, single hull, with like a little room kind of in the middle of it. So it looks like 25-foot long boat with kind of like a single kind of little shed looking room in the center of the boat. Doesn't appear to have any cannons on it, and it just kind of bobs in the water.
Does it look like it would have any like stores on it or anything, or any food on it?
Give me an
point.
acumen check, I think.
What's the dice? There it is. 6 and 12. 11.
I
think this one's cocked.
Yeah. I mean, it completely depends on the outpost and what the. I mean, like if this ship is kind of to be used for kind of like short journeys around, then it might have a little bit of food on there, like some basic storage, food storage on there, like a couple of barrels of, fruit and veg, or like fruit and flour and that. There, so it could possibly have that. Yeah.
Quite small stock, we would imagine.
Is it a bit?
Is it even worth hitting?
Yeah. Are we gonna get enough to be able to then sail to the next island?
I don't know. Where else might we find food? I mean, I know that somewhere where there might be a lot of hot dogs. Maybe we just get a number of hot dogs and.
What, lift off hot dogs for the next few days?
Well, just until we get to the next island, yeah. And then we'll be living off fruit. Devil fruit.
How many fruit are you planning to eat?
Well, as many as I can get my hands on, really, but I think even in a perfect world, that would only be one. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm down for hot dogs. I've kind of come round again on them. I didn't want to look at another hot dog for a good while of today, but I don't know. Do we know of any other stocks? Anyone else that has food that we might be able to borrow? I mean, we could steal from Alara.
You can't steal from someone who's just given you a piece of eight.
Well, you shouldn't, but you know.
Okay, yeah, fair. You shouldn't. I think there are many other people that we could steal from before Lara.
Who on this island? Maybe Officer Pasty has some pasty. Maybe Officer Pasty has some pasties.
I mean, if we really want to steal from the rich, we should be looking for some mansion or something.
Well, we should have a good supply of roasted pork. Am I right? Huh? My hand up for high fives and doesn't get one.
I mean, I don't. Pork's good. We can make a lot with pork, but
No, I
I
don't.
don't
I
understand.
don't think it's
He
legal
means
to
the
eat.
Marines.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because they're fat.
I
Yes.
don't know why they're called pigs. Yeah, I guess so.
Surely they'd be called fish.
Well, I was just thinking that, like, the
I thought they were called
police
seagulls.
are the pigs. Maybe they're like sea pigs. What's it? Is a sea pig a thing? A walrus?
The
Can be.
sea pig.
Manatee.
Manatees? We need to come up with some official
A nickname.
vocab.
Yeah.
But
So-
we've already come up with our own name, so
So are we
Really
are we
exciting.
planning to just kind of sail into the dock, get off, walk past the burning wreckage of the house to go look for some hot
Yes.
dogs?
yeah, let's check out the worst tent. I'm sure they'll still be around. Like, I don't think we put them away after.
Yeah.
And we don't owe him anything. And the circus already hate us.
Well, that's
That's-
sure true.
Let's do it.
If we're going to make an enemy, let's make an enemy.
Fully commit.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of come around the bay, and then where do you want to put the ship, and then how are you gonna get to
Preferably not somewhere that is near all the kerfuffle of the burning building or the wreckage of it. Essentially,
Yeah.
somewhere we could it'll be a bit easier for us to kind of get off, but isn't like, you know, like there's a suspicious ship just sitting there.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're asking for something that's very specific, and in a small town with a small harbour, which has probably got like 8 mooring places, one of which has got the navy ship on the other side. You could probably go to the far other side of the other harbour, but it's only like 8 more. You know, eight.
Is this island like close to another island at all?
You don't know.
How
Okay.
close is the dock to the building, though?
I'd say like 300 feet. Like if you were talking about the far end, it'd probably be like 400 feet, and then the close end is probably like 100.
Okay, why doesn't want to like? I'll stay with the ship. You guys go grab the sausages.
Dogs. Yeah. No problem. I'll certainly go to check out if there are any left. And if there are, we'll.
And
bring
on the
most
way
of them
back,
to
we can
carry.
always, you know, if we're feeling it, we could get some fruit to go with it from their ship.
Oh, the fruit ninja as well. I
I
wasn't
mean,
there
I
for
was talking from the Navy boat, but now you mentioned the fruit ninja. Yeah.
I wasn't there for that. I was practicing hot dogs. What kind of fruit did they have? Was it real fruit? Wasn't digital
Yeah.
fruit, was it?
They were throwing real fruit at us, I think.
Okay, well, I'll let's hit up there. Pan, do you want to go for the fruit stall? I'll go for the hot dogs and meet back here with our ill-gotten gains.
Sure, I guess.
In that case, do we all want to go? Because then we can carry more right back.
Yeah,
Sure,
like-
yeah. Who are you going to steal from?
Oh, I was going to
Just
steal
gonna-
from the Navy boat, but
Oh, perfect. Yeah. See what they got. Don't alert them to what we're doing, though.
well, tell me on the snail when you're on your way back,
Okay.
when you're in
Yes.
range, and then I'll begin my
Your thievery.
or at least my attempt to.
Perfect. Okay. To the hot dogs.
So the ship kind of like calmly pulls into the other side. You're trying to use the confusion of the fire to kind of cover. But, it's been a couple of hours now since the fire was set. So the confusion is kind of dying down. Essentially, smoldering building and still kind of. So I'm going to need some form of rogue check. Get the ship into harbour without anybody really noticing. You're looking for
From Captain?
I would say captain, and if you're helping him, kind of like put up the sails, kind of make it as silent as possible. Then he'll have the kind of. I would say 2 dice advantage, or level 2 advantage.
Sweet.
Let's roll both of them again, yeah.
Yeah, just roll both of them. You're looking
So
for
9.
I think 11 is.
So 9 and
Got it.
8.
No.
So you're not necessarily fully used to the ship yet, and you kind of pull into the harbour a little bit too fast, and you don't do any damage to the ship, but it kind of like bobs and weaves a little bit too hard, and then you see some of the Navy being like people kind of look over and be like, really kind of odd time for people. Like, what are they sailing all night? Like, and you go, get back to work. We got this fire to put out. They kind of like go back, but they are kind of they do notice you.
It's all right, they don't know it's us yet. I say that more to myself than anything.
Okay, let's just be quick. The longer that we spend, the more suspicious this is going to look.
I was going to say Barty wasn't there, but Barty was in prison, wasn't he? So they might know who Barty, and Barty is quite recognisable.
Barty can stay with the ship and alert us if anybody comes back. If
Oh,
anybody comes before we're back.
Yeah, in that case,
I'll stay below deck and look out to the porthole.
So the 3 of us will go to go and get as much sausages and fruit, right? And then on the way back, we can throw this on and then hit up their stocks, the Navy stocks.
I like it. See how we get on with the hot dogs and fruit, and then if that's
we
no
need
good,
more.
then yeah, perfect. Okay, well, I certainly know the way to the hot dog tent. I visualized winning so often there.
Yeah, sure. So you guys kind of creep off the boat. Can I get a group rogue check? Try and kind of sneak into town. You're looking for a bit of a lower one, so 9 as you're kind of all.
Yeah.
6, fucking hell.
Got a D8 on it, and I rolled a 4. Total 4.
Oh no, fuck me! I was trying to unclick. God damn it! Ignore that. That was nothing. I clicked a D20 when I meant to click D12, and then I tried to unclick that. I got a 9.
Okay. So what was the total? It was 9, and then you got a 4, and Eli, you got a 7.
6.
6. Because the Navy are now suspicious of your ship that is there, and you all didn't roll very well. They're kind of like as you kind of creeping off the boat, the harbour master kind of like turns up to try and like, bleary-eyed, clearly covered in like soot and ash and water. After trying to thing and like, good morning. Sorry for the commotion. I'm here to collect the harbour fees and. Be matching some form of description. You are the fellas they're looking for. Why are you back here? Guards! Navy officers! Help!
Kingpin pirates! Turn this boat around! Turn it around!
How many Navy are there?
Jack, what did you say? You cut out for me.
Oh, I just shouted Kingpin pirates twice, and then said, "Right, let's get this boat out of here. Turn it around. Turn it around."
All right, fine.
Kingpin pirates rule!
Yeah. We just wanted to make sure you heard us when we said Kingpin pirates.
You see several of the guards or the Navy who have been trying to like put out the fire, kind of like turn around, see the commotion, and then you see one of them like point and shout in your direction. You recognize this person as the custody officer, a custody sergeant, and who is now noticing Rook, and is pointing in that direction. And he says, "Drop the buckets, go! There they are! They're trying to mock us by coming back and." I don't know why they're here, particularly, honestly. I don't know why they've come back. It's absolutely ridiculous why they're here.
Can I say, okay,
Wrong.
plan B, get everything off their boat, and then I'm going to shoot kind of the smoke bomb at the front of the pier, so it might be a bit more difficult for them to kind of see what's going on or stuff.
Yeah, sure. So,
Like, pull our boat up next to theirs, kind of thing.
you want to
Yeah,
get
I
back
mean-
you want to get back in the boat and unanchor it and pull it out again.
I think so. Yeah, try and buy us a bit of time.
Yeah, and then try and get like, yeah.
So you throw the smoke grenade down. Some of the Navy Marines are putting out their rifles. Smoke billows out at the kind of the bottom of the heart of the pier, and you see shots ringing through the smoke, firing kind of left and right. You know, they can't really necessarily find you. I'm going to roll up. Can all of you roll me a luck check?
Uh-oh.
Is that just
Luck.
100, right?
That's
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Got to charge it up, guys. Don't just throw it out willy nilly. You always got to
I've
charge
threw-
them up.
I've thrown out
Okay,
winning and it's terrible.
22. What?
7.
How did you do it?
22. Did you say 22? I got 22.
I got 22 as well.
What?
So
Two
this
22s.
So the smoke goes down.
My 7.
15 people have grabbed rifles and they're kind of just pinging shots through the smoke. You all catch strays. So I need Pan to roll an armor check. I actually need all of you to roll an armor check, and I'll tell you kind of how much damage you take after you do that.
I feel like
We all just naturally have one Don, right?
Yeah, I would say that at this point you do. Yeah.
I'm going to use it to just do my what's it called? Not inspiring blow. A
Armor.
good offense. So I do my armor dice as my melee.
I feel
Come
like we're all
on!
just gonna
Oh,
get-
for fuck's sake! I got
we're all
5.
John Marston at the end of Red Dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Pan, you take 6
armor
damage
roll.
as a
Where
6
is my armor?
DiMaggios. Oof.
Okay, so
bullet
it's-
pulls through the smoke and slams right into one of your pans.
Oh, I blocked 2.
Oh, that
is
cancels out.
Is that right? How do I
it
read
does
these
cancel
again?
You
3.
Eli, you take 2 damage.
Really?
As
The 6 cancels out, doesn't it? Because of the 1, right?
yes.
Yeah. So 2 damage.
Take 2 damage as you get hit through the smoke as well. And what did you get, Brooke?
I got a 5 and a 1.
6 total.
Yeah.
You take 7 damage as a shot hits you through the smoke. Then you hear over the transponder snail.
I'm nearly dead.
You hear over the transponder snail. I think they're shooting at us. Maybe come back aboard, boys.
That's what I said. Turn it around. Turn it
Already on our
around.
way.
Just go. We need to run. We need to go.
Let's
We have
get
no
out of here.
food.
You trying
Just
to
have
set
to make do with some moldy flour.
I'm bleeding.
Guess we're going fishing.
yeah. Actually, yeah. Give me a. It's a great point. And give me a luck check.
Oh no!
Another one.
I just rolled a 7 on my luck check.
Yeah. Well, you're hoping
Here
for 93. Come on.
Badoo! That's a 16.
Wow.
It's more than double.
You hear. That's true. The ball is rolling uphill, Joe.
It's only going up.
Rolling up the hill.
You hear over the comms, Barty. This is Barty here. I cannot find a fishing rope down here.
Of course.
As
It's all right. We've eaten enough sausages to last us a few days, right?
as the kind of boat pulls out further, the smoke is kind of like obscuring more of the shots. But if you could all roll me one more luck check, and you're hoping to get above literally a 20.
Not a given.
Oh, 68.
42.
Nice. And can he go up in the world another?
Oh my god.
Pat, I need you to roll me. I need
hit
you
my
to roll me
ceiling.
another armor check.
Sure. I hit my ceiling, boys. I got 2 1s. 2
Wow.
1s!
2 1s is
Oh my god.
wild. You take 4
Can I-
damage as. Oh yeah.
Can I reduce the damage for an attack directed towards your crewmate within sight and sound by XD6?
Are you using
So
your
three-
using your crew, one of
Three,
your crew
yeah,
abilities
my
for-
crew ability. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what XD6. That's. Am I counted as a crewmate?
Yes.
Okay, so 3d6. So reduces it by 9.
Cool. Eli, do you want to describe how you kind of take this bullet that comes literally out of the smoke straight towards Pan?
I'll kind of just like step in front of it and let my armor take it.
The bullet kind of ricochets, pings off the it's the belly armor, isn't it? It's strong time belly armor.
Oh yeah, the belly armor. Yeah.
Strong time belly armor, and just pings straight into the kind of into the sky, as you are defended by your. I think you're a lookout.
Yeah.
The crew's lookout.
We better get going.
We need to go.
Go, please.
I just fish with my hands. I just fish with my hands.
You can shoot fish in a barrel, right?
Yeah, fully trying to bring the anchor up, get the ropes ready, get the sails, trying to turn the wheel, just everything to make a frantic escape.
Yeah, you fully set the sail, and the boat is as you were told, it's cutting through the waves really fast. It's much faster than the pumpkin patch was, and you can feel the wind kind of brushing against you as you kind of essentially sail into the sunrise, away from this kind of commotion
Bring me that horizon.
of the cacophony of 2 different kinds of smokes in the harbour.
As we go, can we shout, this is the day you almost caught the Kingpin Pirates.
The what?
The Kingpin Pirates!
They use that as echolocation and try to shoot you again. No, you sail off into the sunrise. You kind of get away from Malden and Saltroot Beck. Got your first boat out. You dropped a Lara Pumpkin off at. You burned your first navy building down, I guess, at. And you sail off into the waters. Now, I had Captain roll last time we were here, so that I could do the preps. So you're heading towards you've got a compass for Stanhope, which is where you understand the Oliver Buckle's extravaganza. You know that the journey is going to take. Journey's going to take 8 days.
Oh,
And
all we've got is flour. The multi flour.
some spices from Pan's coffers.
Yeah, I got some dried herbs.
Oh, we might be able to try. You never know who we'll run into.
Exactly.
true.
We could run into the Fast and Furious pirates.
Yeah,
They're good friends.
that's true. So you set out to. This is the first day of your travel. On your first leg in your own pirate ship, the Up the Ante. A incredible first. And what I want to do is Pan and Eli. Pan is your vice captains. What I want the captain to do is, can you roll me a D100 for me?
Oh dear.
Hey.
35?
Don't you complain until you roll like higher rolls.
And then can you roll me?
Oh, you're good. Yeah. Me or
Yeah. Can you roll me 3 more D1?
okay. 27. 54. 86.
Um,
Where are these rolls?
these are just cool. So you set out to sea, and the sun is rising. It's going to be a full day of sailing for you, to kind of get as far as you. So what are you guys doing in the downtime whilst you're on the ship? I suppose. Sorry, yeah. I was just saying that there's going to be a full day of sailing for you, Rook. The sun's just rising. It's going to be about 8 days until you get to Stanhope. And yeah, essentially a downtime day, unless you come across an encounter. So what would you like to do, kind of, with the day?
Suppose we decide whose room is what. Look at
Check out the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the boat tour.
do the boat tour, do the like bagsies, who like maybe play a game of chance to decide whose room is what if they're different.
Yeah, absolutely. So I haven't got it drawn up yet, but I can kind of tell you what the amount of rooms on the boat. So there is a cargo hold somewhere at the front of the ship. This is all kind of like, it's a single deck ship, then kind of like a lower deck. So there's a cargo hold at the front, and there's a hatch in there that can kind of take you into the keel, which is like essentially additional cargo, but it's like wet and dank down there. Like, you wouldn't actually store anything you want to keep dry down there. So like floating barrels around, that kind of thing. In the middle is the kind of pantry room and kitchen, which is kind of the amenity room. And then towards the back is the kind of full back of the ship is the kind of captain's quarters, including the map and globe. And then along there are 3 additional rooms. So, well, I think it's like 1 on the left, 2. The rooms are relatively similar volume, different.
By
the way, all the rooms are kind of set out the same, which is hammock, a small writing desk, and a small kind of dusty.
Oh yeah, I think Rook will look around these ones and like look for one they think is the biggest, even though they're all pretty much the same, or just try and claim that one.
And if the biggest one that he thinks is the one closest to the kitchen, he will find Pan's already unpacking there.
Barty, you're not in the captain quarters this time. Eli, what's the captain's quarters like for this one?
I'll just kind of open the door and be like, "Welcome to my abode."
Whoa.
All the rooms are a little bit dusty, and captain's quarters here is the only one with an actual kind of like bed in it, rather than a kind of hammock. But I suppose it's all kind of got that smell of like clothes that have been in the cupboard too long. Or it's a little bit like moldy
musty.
and musty. Yeah,
It's musty.
Needs a bit of airing out.
The biggest room, by the way, is the one right across the hallway from the it's not the captain's quarters. Right across the hallway from the kitchen. So
yes.
Pan and Eli are definitely, not Pan and Rook are chatting about.
Pan's already unpacking. It's just it's like I got a job to do with this kitchen, so I need to be as close as possible.
Makes sense. Fine. Well, speaking of, what exactly are we going to cook?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out.
There's
Stop
some
pestering me.
There's some moldy flour.
I'm gonna shut the door.
Okay.
I think we've got an angry teen on our hands.
Well, I mean, they certainly have a point. I understand it. Not only are they a chef without food, but a whole crew without food. And I don't know which one a chef hates the most. Don't suppose you have any rations hidden away, do you, Barty?
Barty looks really shadily and then says, "No."
Ooh, I've got 2 octospider legs.
Well, we got a little bit, yeah.
Oh, fuck, loads of food.
I've got a perfectly
Literally,
filleted crab.
I know, I've literally got all of these things where you guys have cleaned out crabs and stuff.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I got legs, tentacles, eyes of octospiders, whole crabs, some dumplings. We're all good. We'll manage.
It'd just be a challenging few cooks for the chef.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, not challenging eats. Well,
I don't think we'll have an
we're.
option.
I guess that's step one in the fact that we have kind of escaped with our lives, although our thievery didn't quite go as planned.
They thought we were there to mock them, so that's what we were doing.
Yep,
We did, yeah. It worked out, I guess, in the end.
that's the steps we have to take.
But from here on in, where are we going? What do we have a heading, Captain?
I mean, to Stanhope. Is it Stanhope, or is that where we just came from?
Yeah, Stanhope.
Yeah. I mean, to Stanhope, I think, isn't it? As far as I'm aware, that's where I'm sailing.
And do you know how many days? Max?
Depends on the sea, but I
8 days,
imagine.
didn't you say?
Yeah, 8 days.
8 days. Well, as soon as we get started, the sooner we'll be there.
So
now.
you're trying to get a kind of a layout of the ship. You're getting kind of used to it. You find some kind of wood oil down below, and you start kind of like sweeping up the ship and oiling the kind of the deck, to clean it up, to bring it up to kind of a living standard, really. And after a good few hours of spring cleaning, dust getting everywhere in everybody's hair, the ship is looking a lot cleaner and a lot stiffier. It's a bit.
So we can invite our pirate friends over then.
Oh yeah.
Have a little party, well, we could make it we give the idea to Ringmaster Dizzy that they should have like a floating carnival. Maybe we should have a floating casino. Pirates can come on and like look to win money, things like that.
I mean, maybe. I don't really have much of an interest in that myself.
Maybe the
Feel like
gambling is just what we do when we're gambling with our fame and fortune and the lives of others.
Yeah, we just need to get good at the gambling.
We were pretty good. We won every single prize.
That is true. We do have a history of it.
You also got shot.
Our
on
luck
free
is
smoke.
good. Our skills are lacking.
As you're kind of chatting about this and joking together about your adventures and luck, you hear a noise on deck. Cool, cool, cool. And
It's
you,
one of the pelicans.
yeah, you look
Blue scoop.
around,
Ah!
and the
Oh.
pelican is there. This is probably about 6 or 7 hours after you set off. This is kind of the first pelican you've seen in a while. And you kind of put in some money to its little pouch, and then you take the newspaper, and it kind of flies off. Cool. And you
What
look
do
in.
you think's?
We paid it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll absolutely open it up, read it. Excited. It's like the first mail you get in your house.
Oh yeah.
So, sweet. So you open it up, and you're quickly scanning the news, see if you can see the name of any of the Kingpin pirates on there, and your excitement turns to kind of despair as you notice that your name in the news.
What do you think happened?
It's only been 7 hours. It needs to get through the press and everything. It can take time.
It
hope.
wouldn't be called news. You don't read it for things that happened a couple of days ago.
Well, what is the news then?
Maybe
What
they're
is-
embarrassed.
Yeah,
Maybe we
what
embarrassed them.
what did we get beaten by?
So the news article that kind of sticks out to you, I've just put.
It's been 6 years since the nobleman's Jesus Christ. It's been 6 years since the nobleman Oliver Buckle ran his last extravaganza in the North Sea, which led to the deaths of 26 people. Oh dear. The world government has sanctioned this event once again in the East Blue, and just like before, Nobleman Buckle is keeping his cards close to his chest. But what do we need to know? But what do we know? Oh, what do we need? But what do we know? Only one advertisement has been released with information stating the date of the event, the meeting location, Stanhope, Gulp, and the prize for winning this treacherous competition, a devil fruit. It is unknown which devil fruit is on offer, as the identity of all devil fruits has been kept under lock and key by the Navy ever since the Dark Age of piracy, also known as the Black Flag Purge. Investigative reporters have been sent to Stanhope to find out more. However, after a little bit of digging, it appears that Oliver Buckle's team haven't visited the island and no building works have been taking place. Oh no. Leading this reporter to question whether Stanhope is the final location for all of this event or just the meeting place. However, if this event is anything like Oliver Buckle's Sea King hunt from 6 years ago, we can expect the death toll to be quite high.
I mean, we didn't kill anyone, so that sounds like a fair piece of news that would beat us.
Yes, I think that is quite all right and actually quite helpful with what we're doing. I don't think looking around, I'm not feeling anybody's backing out now after learning that.
Who are you talking to?
You all,
Why
you're
would we
not
be backing out?
scared because the last time this contest that we're heading towards now took place, 26 people died.
Right?
Yeah, there
I'm not gonna
probably was
die.
Yeah, it couldn't be us.
Do I know how many? Would I know how many people took part of it?
25. Yeah, give me
25 people out of 26.
Everybody died.
One was pregnant. No. Give me an acumen or a savvy check.
Savvy check. D6 and D12. 6.
Yeah, you don't necessarily know.
I assume a lot of people took part of it. So like 26, could be like 2% of the people who took part of it. So I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
I'm not
Yeah,
worried.
the statistics are on our side. Sucks to be them, but we would never die.
Nope.
Interesting. I at first when it said there's been no sign of Oliver Buckles and his team aren't on the island, I kind of got the impression that maybe it was all just a scam. But they seem to think that it's still going ahead, and Oliver Buckles is trusted to run an event, even if it is deemed dangerous and somewhat illegal.
It might be something that we have to kind of like root out. Like it's not one of these places where it's like it's just on the island, and then you've maybe got to find some clues to go somewhere else or something. Is maybe what it's suggesting.
Well,
Oh.
if we're all still in, then that's certainly a good sign. Funny that the devil fruit isn't known, and the whole thing about the black flag purge.
Hmm.
What would your ideal devil fruit power be?
Ooh.
I'm not
Hmm.
not really one.
Not really
Not
thought
really
about.
thought about it.
Really?
As I like put out a puff of smoke, I'll be like, probably like a smoke one or something. I think it just fits.
Yeah, I guess one that
But-
connects me with like my cooking, like fire, maybe.
Like, yeah, I wouldn't want it to be just a random one if I was gonna do it.
Oh, imagine just being able to like caramelize onions with your hands. Oh, that'd be cool.
How much time would you save, like, on all the prep and everything?
Oh, I know, right? Don't even get me started. Maybe
And you'd be able to
knives, like if
control
I could, like,
temperatures like probably exactly as well. Oh, yeah, that would.
I think I could go on for a while. I'm gonna stop thinking about it. I don't think it's good for my health.
What would yours be then?
I'm not too sure. I'm thinking about something like agility. Like I could be like something that jumps very high and is able to.
Kangaroo?
Yeah, I guess so. Higher, I would have hoped.
Higher?
Yeah, and further. I want to like leap as if I've been shot from a cannon, that kind of thing, you know. Or otherwise, maybe make me grow a bigger beard. That would be good.
A devil fruit to grow a bigger beard.
Well, hopefully that'd be a side effect. I wouldn't really want a devil fruit that just did that.
Have you heard of any devil fruits before?
I don't think so. I'm not too sure with the range of their powers. Some might be a little bit pants. Hopefully it's a good one that we're going to be risking our life in this contest.
Would you just eat a devil fruit without identifying it though?
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely,
So you
without a
Well,
shadow of a doubt.
without
Fairly
knowing
quick
what the name of it is or anything.
Would the name
Oh
help?
yeah, of course.
I mean, the name tells you. Well, it gives you a rough idea of what it would do, right?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh. Well, because if I give you a strawberry, I guess you know it's going to be like a berry of some sort. But then
But
if I
not
give
made
you a
of
strawberry and
straw.
compared it to exactly, I don't know. Maybe that's me thinking too much.
Well, I think it's a good thing to think about, but I think we're just so set on it that we will do it without much thought.
But if you'd both eat the devil without thinking, who would eat first?
I do not understand what you just said, Barty.
Also, we only get one devil fruit, right? We only win one.
I mean, from this event, yeah, if we won.
And how does it? Do we? I'm guessing we can't all just take a bite.
No.
We'll have to choose. I guess it depends on what the power is and who we think is best suited for it. Hopefully, that we do know before we actually eat it. Otherwise, we just give it randomly to someone. Who knows? Like you say, it's just one. There will be more, and having one crew member with a devil fruit power certainly will help us gain an advantage to getting more.
We don't even necessarily have to eat it. We could trade it for something.
Man, I'd much rather eat it than let it be traded away. But if you also want, then that is acceptable.
I mean, if the aim is to get more, I'm saying that's an option. You don't have to eat it straight away.
You would also know that you can only eat one devil, and
Yeah.
somewhat impossible to undo.
Would we know that pirates tend to just eat the devil fruits?
Give me a savvy check.
Ooh.
Depending on the roll, I'll give you more.
Savvy. Ooh. 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 I mean, my rolls have been shit, so I don't know why I'm getting excited about what dice I'm pulling. And that tracks. Oh,
Oh,
hey,
pretty good.
I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
explode it.
Oh yeah.
So come on, boys, another 8. 18.
Wow, it's pretty good though.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so you would know that it would definitely vary pirate to pirate. Some of them will kind of just think that, I mean, essentially, if you're a dumb pirate, you'll just eat any devil fruit and be like, "Yeah, I'm super strong now," and you'd figure out your power might not actually be great, because it's a bit of a crapshoot, to be honest. Some of them are good, some of them are not good. But some pirates will definitely go out of their way to try and hunt down a very specific devil fruit, and you have heard tale of that happening in the past with certain emperors of the sea looking for a very particular kind of devil, which gave them a very specific power that their plan, their mentality, all that kind of thing. So if you know what's devil fruit you're looking for, you can try and find it.
Okay. Like, well, let's see what devil fruit he has, and then we can decide then.
Absolutely. Hopefully they'll know.
Yeah, could be very useful.
This is good thinking, though. We're already thinking
Man,
like we've won it.
Didn't you want to cook a devil fruit?
I did, yeah.
Does the power? Do you know if the power of the fruit still remains if you cook it?
No, that's kind of why I want to try it.
Fair.
I thought that had happened. So let me think about that. Amazing. So the day kind of comes to an end. You found some very sus food from your pantry, your personal pantry of stuff that you've killed and taken. Cook. So I don't know if you want to give us a flavor of that. And
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like slightly. I think because of the nature it is, most of what we're eating is going to be stew because you can like extend foods quite a lot with stew, and you can also like make them go further. So like even the like octo spider eyes are going to be in there, and it's just going to be a big old pot that I'm making like a forever stew for the next 8 days.
yeah. Give me a savvy check. If you roll snake
Sure.
eyes, it's going to be poisonous.
Oh dear.
Let's go.
Why is it me that's making the foods?
You're the chef.
12.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, to be fair. You kind of, you're cooking away below deck, and the smell of this kind of seafood stew kind of effervesces throughout the ship, and you guys have been on all day. You're running all night. You were drinking earlier as well, so you're a little bit hungover. It's been a kind of a very full day for you, kind of like learning as you ship, and as the kind of the pungent the smell of the kind of seafood, a delicious seafood broth kind of hits your noses. Your stomach kind of like rumble, and you can feel immediately how hungry you are and how much you kind of yearn for this food that Pan's made for you. So it's a thoroughly enjoyed meal, which kind of sets off this kind of first meal of your trip on this new ship. You have a relatively quiet night, and in the morning, can I get the captain and vice captain?
Ooh.
Oh,
Now,
He's on his own.
oh, you dragged me.
thank you. Right, so you're kind of setting off in the morning, and you kind of just woken up. It's kind of mid-morning-ish. You've done some boatly things, and you see some things on port and starboard side of the ship. So you kind of get your spyglass out and you take a look. So on the port side, through the spyglass, you spot a jagged line of rocks just below the surface stretching across the wall. Waves crash against the reef, and you can see sharp outlines of coral rising menacingly. Then, as the spotter, you kind of take the spyglass over to the other side, and you don't I don't see anything, but I don't see anything. But if you watch my,
Oh,
Ooh, stream.
what?
Stream.
can you hear?
I'm can't hear at the
Yeah, but you're on the
moment.
stream. Okay. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an ice cream. It's an ice cream pirates.
Are you sure it's not a trap?
It's ice cream pirates.
The sound of kind of the twinkling piano washes over the waves, kind of like early mid-morning as the sun bleats down on you, and that's kind of what you hear on or see and slash hear on the starboard side.
You know where my vote is.
I mean, it's either sharp corals or potential ice cream. I feel like the sharp corals is not doing a lot. So I mean,
It
the
could just be
sound of
the less danger option. But you know where my
well,
vote lies.
unless
You're
it's a
captain,
trap, unless it's a
and
trap.
whatever you say,
but
we follow.
let's spring that trap if there's a potential for ice cream.
I know
The
food,
trap
right?
is worth it.
Okay, so you've made your
So-
decision to go to the starboard side then.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go back.
towards the sound.
Let's go back and form the crew, I guess. I'll drag you back in.
I feel like you could have just moved me.
I was sitting by yourself.
No,
Just on
because
deck with
then you'd
Barty
be in
not
the
saying
captain's
anything.
quarters, and you're not the captain.
This is true. You needed that experience.
Captain.
Well, what was said?
Sorry. Nothing's been said yet, but I'm gonna.
Yeah,
In fact,
right?
no,
Oh.
you're captain, so I'm gonna turn to look at the captain. Wait for the captain to speak.
For some reason, my mic got muted when you switched me. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we.
for some reason.
I don't know, man.
Just licking on an ice cream. So we're going towards a strange sound. It could be a trap, but it might also not be. And if it's not, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, we think there might be ice cream pirates.
Well, we're certainly looking for food. Do you think they have cream to trade?
Well, they're making noises.
They're making
that
noises.
For me,
I'm sorry.
indicated
I'm sorry. I don't
they have
usually come in on this,
potential
but cream to trade?
Ice cream pirates, you said?
Yeah, ice cream pirates. Cream to
Yeah.
trade.
We have no evidence that they're pirates. They might just be ice cream
GTT.
traders.
Oh, yeah, lovely. Hopefully they do it in bulk.
So you step to the side, the starboard side, Rook, and you kind of smell the waves in the kind of late morning air, and you hear this faint sound. If you're on my stream,
On your stream? No.
On a stream, man. God damn it.
There we are. I'm watching stream.
hear this faint.
Ice cream pirates.
Did you record that?
I'm not saying anyone.
It's like the legit one.
But we need to be on lookout because I also suspect a trap.
What?
Is
Ice
that not
cream
the thing?
pirates? Traps? No.
Well, is that what you chose? Well, let's talk to them at least, right?
Well, the
There might
other
be
option is
weapons.
just
Well-
rocky corals. So why
Max,
would
you
we
said
go for
we
that?
couldn't see anything though.
No, you just heard this.
Well, let's go. Or well, maybe it's like like an anglerfish kind of thing that like plays this siren song.
Oh,
But
yeah.
how
Lure.
do we make
Maybe that could be more
ourselves
food
like
for us.
look like we're willing to trade for ice cream? How do we do that? Get a sun cream out?
Boys.
Cream.
And with the sound of the possible ice cream ban, pirates, sirens, whatever, flowing over the sea, I think we'll call it to a close and we'll investigate the ice cream noises next session.
I like that Rook was like, let's see it. Oh, it might be a trap. I want to see it anyway. Need to check this out.
Then you look down your list of things.
It's never
Really?
occurred to me when I've heard like ice cream van songs that, like used in like media and things like that. That song is the one. Like I haven't heard any ice cream van play any other song. That's the like legit one.
It's Greensleeves.
It'd be weird if they did it, wouldn't it? Though, like,
but like in like films and stuff, it's always like something random that's similar.
The thing that I was really concerned about was like trying to find something that sounded like an ice cream band that didn't sound like a horror film.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, like, you know, nostalgia, and every single
That
time
was
I
the
tried to
legit
find
one.
one, it was like, oh no, clowns.
I'm intrigued though. I'm intrigued. Hey, our
Hell
first
yeah.
day out at sea. One question though: did we just stay up through the night and like went into morning? Did we get any sleep?
You've not slept at all.
Okay, yeah. So we'll be quite tired going into this.
Oh, no, sorry, that's not true. You I mean,
We had a bit of sleep before, like
yeah,
between
First
yeah.
day,
On the first day, you hadn't slept for like 2 days. So what you did in the evening after the stew is completely. If you wanted to stay up drinking, you could have.
Oh right, okay.
Because this is the second day at sea.
Okay, perfect. Okay, lovely. Hell yeah. Looking forward to jumping into that. We got
Yeah, brother.
we got
Ice cream pirates!
and we'll have Andy back next week as well.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Oh, yeah,
Good
yeah.
fortune.
And he'll be like, what the fuck has happened?
Yeah,
of
we-
chaos.
We haven't. It's not been the best of starts, but it's certainly not been the worst of starts. It could have been a lot worse.
It could be, that's true.
That is true.
We got a good bounty. While we don't have the carnival to call on in the future, well, you know, still early days.
I
We
think
might win them
Pan
round.
somewhat saved that relationship a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. It's
With the suggestion, yeah.
Relationship,
on
he
Rocky.
may have caused the rockiness anyway in the first
yeah.
place.
Might have talked his way back into neutral.
I'm
bliss.
setting fire to stuff. Why are you doing that? Hey, look, you can make money off of pirates. Oh, okay. Oh, it worked.
Potentially.
Well,
down the
she
road.
didn't have many
Lara-
options that are left. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Ilara validated our actions, and she'll live to regret it, I'm sure. But we did good pirating, apparently.
I would say so. I mean, like, if you look objectively, what
Yeah,
you
we
did,
did.
you broke in and broke into a navy facility, broke out your friends, set fire to the facility. You know, did some skullduggery along the way, and then
Absolutely.
tried to go
Lara-
back and shove it in their faces or something. I guess.
Well, we tried to steal food. That was the legit reason, just because we forgot to pack. But we wanted it to make them think that we were just coming back to mock them, which we succeeded in doing.
But they shouted it, so
Yeah,
that's in their
they
mind.
proved it. Yeah, exactly. we're in their heads.
We know
as
exactly
long
what
as
they're
we're in the newspapers coming up, then we'll be successful.
Yeah, true. And you did get a newspaper this time as well.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
You didn't get
We
one
did. We didn't
last
get a
leg of the
mention.
journey. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Until we're frontline news, we need to up our game. Front page news, I should say. Oh yeah, lovely stuff. Thank you so much, Max. I'm gonna quickly
thank
head
you.
off and get some dins, but I'll be around next week.
No worries. I'm excited to have a full retinue back and us to
The
get
gang's back.
into
Bye.
a full encounter.
See you.
We'll be reunited for our first proper venture, first voyage. Yeah, sweet.
Bye, guys.
And
Till then,
No.
Cheers, team.
Nate.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Cheers. Till next time.